Good to have the dream team on our side in a good place and working with us. And how can we work with them as well to help them support us? So it goes two ways because if we're not looking after the dream team, then they're going to be less inclined to want to support us. So it's having those conversations and thinking about how to navigate and how to orientate um, ourselves so that we have the support of the dream team and they have the support of us. So yeah, this was Mike's four-doctor plan. He stuck to it diligently, and yeah, Mike's journey. He actually got to a place of full pain rehabilitation. Took him a year, which is important to recognize because true healing takes time. Um, like I said earlier, pain it's often years in progress. So if it took 10 years to get into pain, it's kind of doesn't really make sense to think that you're going to be out of pain in a month's time. So generally, the longer the challenge is taken to get into, the longer it can take to get out of. But 1 year to get out of something that's taken 10 years to create, that's not a bad ratio if you ask me. So to give you like a kind of the layout of how Mike's journey went. So within 3 months, Mike's digestive issues are less. He has less pain. He's happier with a good outlook and has hope for healing, whereas before he was beginning to lose hope. He's restructured his work and has started to feel the benefits of having slightly more time. He's enjoying more time with his family and feeling more connected with them. And him and his wife are having sex again, which is something that they couldn't actually do before because of Mike's pain. But he is still experiencing sex when he has pain, although he's able to, have sex, which is a massive improvement on before. After 6 months, Mike has even less pain and he feels like he's getting his life back to normal. His digestive issues are really, really reduced now. He sometimes still gets bloated. He's still kind of slipping back into eating the things that don't agree with him, but recognizing that when this happens, he pays for it. But yeah, his digestive issues are really, really down now. The odd thing here and there, but by and large, they're in a good place. He started lifting weights at the gym, but is started to do this with like light weights, not training for very long, just 20 minutes to half an hour, because we're still deloading his system. He can pick up his kids and play with them, but he's also got to be still quite careful with that because he can play with them, whereby he couldn't pick them up at all before, but he's got to be careful about tweaking his back. His work is transitioning in a really nice way. He's got even more time and has brought in more management. So he's got more time to focus on the things that are more important to him, such as his family and his health. His sex life is more regular, woohoo, less pain. So that is really good. He's really happy with that, and so is his wife. And he's much more connected with his wife and family. Like they're doing a lot more. They've got holidays planned. They've got certain times of the weekend set aside just for them, rather than Mike having to either catch up and work or just feeling tired all weekend. So yeah, that's 6 months. After 1 year, the 1 year mark, Mike is healed, fully healed. His digestive system is good. He knows, though, that if he has certain foods, then this might not yield the best results, but he can still have the odd pizza now and then without it troubling him anymore. His digestive system is that robust. He's lifting heavy in the gym like he was when he was in his 20s. So he's super happy about that and feeling strong again. He plays football with his kids and picks them up, no problem. And the memory of pain is getting more and more distant, and he doesn't really need to worry about it anymore because his back's feeling strong. He has a manager and structure for his time. His work pretty much runs a lot of it without him. And yeah, he's managed to put himself in a really good place whereby he's actually able to focus more on driving the business forward, whereby before that wasn't possible because he was like a hamster in the wheel. Now he's actually got the time and space to do the things within his business to actually bring more revenue in through the new projects that he's embarking on. He started salsa with his wife and has a great sex life, pain-free. Woohoo! Yeah, and that relationship is back to a really good place, like when they were just married. So yeah, and he's also feeling happy and empowered again in his role as father, husband, and business owner. So he's in a really good place. So now I want to say that this is realistic. So people have these kinds of challenges and people heal from these kinds of challenges. And that is a rough idea of what a timeline can look like if someone commits to themselves and does the right work and follows the right guidance. So yeah, it is realistic. The body has, as I said before, this amazing capacity to heal. So the right guidance and the right action and doing the work, many great things can be achieved. And now this is also to echo earlier, it's also important that if something is a really deep problem, it's important to also be realistic, because sometimes full healing isn't always possible, but a lot of the time it is. So if full healing isn't possible, improvements can always be made. So yeah, that's what a journey can look like. So I hope you take some inspiration from that, and also some good information, because if you're not feeling too good, if you start looking at a few of those things, then you're going to start feeling better. Yeah. So yeah, moving to the final section of this podcast, is a bit of a call out, really. So if you are suffering from any chronic pain, challenges, health conditions, if you're recovering from injury or surgery, if you're going through a life transition, if you want to move better, get into the best shape of your life, move through mental emotional challenges, and if you're looking to grow yourself and reach your peak, or all of the above, then I can help. This is what I do for a career. I help people empower themselves out of challenges like this, and I absolutely love it. I really love what I do. It's a real joy, pleasure, and honor to be able to guide and facilitate good people's healing processes and journeys. So yeah, this is through Phoenix Coaching. So it's a holistic health, pain, rehabilitation, and growth and self-empowerment coaching service. So my approach, as I hope you can pick up from the podcast, is understanding that a person is a holistic being of interweaving complex systems, with each system influencing others. Also, the understanding that the body is a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual construct, and that everything influences everything else. This directs my approach. So my job is to discover the root cause of your pain challenges and then construct a scientific health, nutrition, movement, and wellness program, highly specific to you as an individual. So that'd be a 4-doctor plan. It'd be a very specific exercise plan. It'd be a very specific coaching approach as well, so that I can help you get the most out of yourself. And it needs to be individual, because everyone is individual, and it needs to work to the individual's time constraints, energy constraints, and it's my job to construct that for you. So I could construct the best program in the world, and it take a person an hour long each day, but if that person's not got an hour each day, that program's not going to work. So I need to construct something that takes 15 minutes for that person and has the biggest bang for that time, based off what I'm seeing within my assessment. So what is going to help move, what's going to be the most effective things to give that person to move the dial in the best and biggest way possible, to move them closer to healing. So I also give the support with the coaching to help manage the change process and any challenges that come with that. Offer coaching for any mental and emotional challenges, limiting beliefs, or self-sabotage that may be either creating the health challenge or blocking you from healing it. So a lot of the time we can kind of get in our own way when it comes to a change process, because change can be challenging, especially when we're looking to change things that we've done maybe for years and years and years. And this is where having a strong idea of a dream, a strong idea of where you want to be, is really important, because a labor of love is a lot easier than a labor without. So anchoring to the dream and having someone to help and support you through that process and any challenges that may arise. So my job is I kind of think of it as like we're in a rally car, and you got the driver, and then you got the person next to the driver going, okay, 10 degrees left, 10 degrees right, okay, hard right, hard left. That's my job. Your job is to drive the car. My job is to basically tell you what's coming and guide you through that process. So yeah, and come up with solutions as well, because sometimes it's very difficult to come up with solutions ourselves. So having a third person to help to troubleshoot the different life things that can come up is really helpful. I've got a coach. He helps me with the different challenges that I go through, and it's invaluable. So I offer nutritional coaching, detoxification work, manual therapy. So the manual therapy I didn't actually touch on, but I work with people with the fascial system. So it's a form of corrective clinical massage, which helps to align the system and very, very quickly, and can also work to release trapped emotions. So it's not uncommon for things to come up through the therapy. So I've had it before with clients, in tears for a couple of days afterwards, which is a good thing because the emotions are moving through the system. Doesn't always happen, but definitely does happen. So I'm also a corrective exercise specialist, been rehabilitating people's blown discs for years. Work with mental emotional coaching, self-development and growth coaching, and spiritually based mindfulness work as well. So help a number of individuals with their spiritual and mindfulness development. And really, you can call the whole healing process a spiritual process, really, because it's the work of changing ourselves to bolster our health and vitality, which is you could call a spiritual thing, spiritual calling. Just getting healthy is a spiritual activity in my eyes. So this is all brought into one complete self-transformation service to help you not only overcome any pain or health challenges that you're facing, but also to become the best, most empowered version of yourself. So yeah, if you'd like to get in touch, I offer a free discovery call to find out about your situation and if I can help. And from there, there's the assessment consultation, which is a 90-minute to 2-hour consultation. Within that consultation, I go through an assessment, quite a detailed assessment. We measure all of the different muscles of the body. We measure your spinal angles, so I can basically build a 3D map of what's happening within the musculoskeletal system. Also find out a little bit about your lifestyle and some of the health challenges that may be arising through the Q&As that come beforehand. And within this assessment consultation, it's going to give me like a really, really good idea of what's causing your pain challenges. And based off of that, I can then advise you of what kind of level of support you're going to need moving forward. So I have a number of different packages, which based off what I see with you and what you're going to need, we can talk about that at the end of the assessment consultation. So yeah, if you'd like to jump on that and jump on a discovery call, then feel free to reach out. I will pop my details in the podcast notes. So yeah, to bring summary to this podcast, thank you for listening. I hope this has been like really, really useful and informative for you. So I want to summarize again by really ending on what we started on, and that's the belief that change is possible. Like really, there is hope, and it is often, often things haven't worked before because either you're not maybe doing the correct things for what's needed, or maybe a combination of things is needed at the same time. But change is possible, healing is possible. I really, really want that to be the take-home message, because a lot of people start losing hope with pain. Please don't lose hope. There are things you can do. Remember, self-knowledge and taking action is empowerment. Knowledge is power. So start educating yourself. Grab a book like How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy. Look at your symptoms, look into it, look into what's happening for you. And there's so much great material out there that you can start empowering yourself with. So yeah, How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy is like a really great start. So self-knowledge is self-power, self-empowerment. And yeah, and starting to take action now, and always recommend starting small. You know, you don't need to start moving the earth. You know, just drinking more water, getting more of a walk in each day, getting to bed a little bit earlier, or just writing out what you would like to achieve. This is like a great start. And also, I've seen those things alone create some really meaningful change in someone's energy levels. So it's often like quite simple, straightforward lifestyle actions that can make a whole world of difference. So yeah, it's also making the decision to make a change to improve your life, because you know our life is a product of our choices. So what kind of choices do you want to make, and what kind of life do you want to have, and what kind of choices are going to empower you to make meaningful, long lasting and powerful change in your life? What choice can you make today to start affecting that? So yeah, if you got any questions about any of the material on this podcast, then feel free to reach out. Yeah, much love. I really hope you found this useful, informative, and yeah, really happy to help. Just reach out. So wishing you a wonderful day, and hopefully I don't see you too soon, but if I do, then I'd love to help you. So it's this funny thing. It's just like I want to see people, but at the same time, if I see people, it means that they're suffering. So I don't want people to suffer. So it's this funny dynamic. So yeah, much love and have a lovely day.